Hello, welcome to episode 38 of the Mastercast, featuring me, I had to guess what my name was there, Master Dan 92, that's the one. Hope you're all doing well if you listen to this on the Friday that it comes out. Hope you're having a nice weekend. If you are listening to this now on the weekend, by now I will be at Haworth celebrating my little brother's second stag do. He has 2 bloody stag do's, and I'm going to be at Haworth drinking a lot of little pubs and that. Way! Lovely stuff. So, yeah, as you'll be listening to this on the weekend, I'll probably be fucking rat-assed. Hey, but yeah, hope you're having a nice weekend. Thanks anybody who's listened to the previous episodes and stuff. Thanks anyone who's listened to the Swaller entry I did the other day. I'm going to record another one straight after I record this. Busy boy and all that. But yeah, got a few little things to chat about and what have you. Yeah, hope you've all had a nice weekend. By the way, this is the Monoblog podcast. The podcast where I just ramble on about a bunch of shit. About life. About fucking music, video games. The odd movie here and there. There is a movie in this case, in this episode. So, yeah, just going to chat a bit about that. What have I been up to? I just not long got back from Amsterdam. Which is where my brother's first stag do was held. So, got the ferry there and back, which is it has its pros and has its cons, really. So we got the ferry from Newcastle to Amsterdam, and to be honest, like the ferry is actually really good fun. It's a really big ferry. They've got like a little bar area. They've got restaurant areas. They've got like Alicante? And, was it Alicante? I don't fucking know. It's one of those, or like a big massive buffet one. Had the buffet there. It was actually really, really good. Really lovely food. And I have like a little nightclub area where there's like a band on. Like, you know, just sort of like a club band. Just covers, that sort of thing. And like, you know, they're pretty good. Pretty fine, pretty tight, and you know, there's like a DJ that's on afterwards. He was playing fucking Scooter and all sorts. And to be fair, like it is actually really, really fun on the way to Amsterdam. So like the current wasn't too bad, I don't think. But like on the way there, I think until later on during the night, it started getting a bit rough. So like it made like dancing on the dance floor a little bit difficult. But it was good fun though. We were up until about 2:30 in the morning, 3:00, and like we were just drinking, like for a long time and partying with other people, and like we met a bunch of hitchhikers who were like hitchhiking for charity and stuff, like from Newcastle to Amsterdam. Loads of people out in the smoking area and that, so I was just like out there with them a lot and like chatting about like the travels and such. So yeah, that was cool. We won €60 on the fruity, which is insane. So like. You've also got like little games rooms and stuff like that on the ferry, like little arcade machines and stuff like you know, like table hockey and like the punch machine and all that, the car racing games, that sort of stuff, like an arcade. And they've got like a little fruity section as well, like, you know, the touchscreen gambling machines, that sort of thing. So we walked in, and there was a machine that already had 20 quid in it. Well, €20, sorry. It had €20 in, ready to collect. So, like, it didn't let us collect it. We kept on pressing it. Like, we had £20 in credit. We haven't put any money in at all. So, I friggin', like, okay, so we'll put, like, £1 on the fruity, and then we won £1. So, I brought it back to €20, and then we were able to collect €20, just like that. And then we went to a different fruity. It had like 10 pence in credit in or whatever. So like, you know, put €1 in. Managed to win €20 off that. And then another fruity and won €20 off that. And it was just giving us like change and like €1 pieces, €2 pieces, and obviously we won about €60 in total. And we just used that on the bar because like the bar's quite expensive on the ferries, like, to be fair. But we just used it, and we were like, there we go, there's our round. There's a couple of rounds in it for us, and that was good. So we won a bit of money. But yeah, the ferry's cool. Like on the way there, like it's just good crack. Like we were just up till after o'clock in the morning watching a band and on fruity machines, on arcade machines and shit like that, and getting drunk, dancing and shit like that. It was just good fun. It was really good fun. Can't say the same about the way back though. That like the way back for some reason, like I've been to Amsterdam a couple of times on the ferry, and it always seems to be on the way back where it's choppiest. And I know the weather was really bad, and I just remember like feeling rough the last time, and I remember feeling rough this time coming back. I don't know whether it's something to do with like the current fighting the ferry on the way back or something like that. I don't know, but it was choppy. It was real choppy. Unfortunately, like because of the weather on the way there, it meant we were delayed by like 45 minutes to arrive into Amsterdam, and it took like a long time to get off from the ferry, then on through customs and stuff like that, and onto a coach, and then to Amsterdam. The coach is about half an hour, so like we didn't really get into Amsterdam till about 12 o'clock, and we had until 4 o'clock to get back onto the coach to get back onto the ferry on the way home. So it was a bit of a ball ache, unfortunately. So we didn't have as much time as we hoped. Like we knew what we wanted to do when we were there, and you know, like we just had to sort of like speed run it, I guess. It was like we didn't have enough time to sit and like really take a lot of it in. Like, and Amsterdam's a beautiful not country, sorry. Like it's a beautiful city. Like I absolutely love it there. I'm dying to go back again. I'm absolutely dying to go back. It's a lovely place. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't great. But yeah, we had 4 hours. Like, so we just had to like be pretty quick about things. We got there, got something to eat at Backwerk, which I thought was just like a place in Germany, but like because I've had it in Berlin before and it's just beautiful. But they have it in Amsterdam as well, and it was really nice. Did that and did that, of course, because it was legal there. And what else did we do? We went to a place called Our House Museum, right? Which I highly recommend to anybody. Like, it's really cool. So, Our House is it's like a museum for for dance music, and the great thing about it is that, like, it's very interactive, and it's got like a bar there and such, and it's got like different floors and everything. You can look at various instruments that have been used on other albums and stuff like that, and there's like loads of different synthesizers, different sequences, and all that sort of thing. And it was really cool, really interactive, and it was like they had like little drum machines you can like make your own beats on. There was a huge wall with a sequencer on, and the sequencer is something like you would make like your own like drum loops and that sort of thing. Like, it was just made out of like light switches that went all the way across this wall, and like I managed to make the intro to Blue Monday by New Order, and it was really cool. But yeah, that was awesome. Like, the staff are really friendly. It's laid out really nice, really cool. And at the end of it, like there was like loads of memorabilia out and stuff like that, and had merch and like records to sell and everything. It was really cool place, really cool vibe, and it was just awesome. It was just really cool. And right at the very end, they tell you to go for a walkabout for about 45 minutes, and then everybody meets back at this dance floor. So we get to this dance floor, and there's this geezer here, and he's all like, I've been into the dance music industry for 40 years, and like we're gonna play this video, like it's 3D video. It's a screen that goes all the way around you, and like it goes through dance music, all the highlights and everything, like all the underground shows, how Ecstasy came about a thing, and how it made its way to the main stage, and that sort of stuff. And it literally like goes through all of that within the space of like I think it was 13 minutes the presentation was for, and like it was crazy. Like the sound, like the 3D sound was incredible, and like there was like lasers, and there was CO2, and like all these incredible lighting, and like the music was really loud, and like the floor was like it was like a vibrating floor. It was insane. Like the music would start, and then like this floor would just like vibrate like fuck, and like you would just like just getting absolutely pummeled by all this dance music, and it was really cool. Like it'll have like these lights that would like lower its way down to like eye level and just spray CO2 everywhere, and like it was just it was like quite a really cool. I wouldn't say immersive experience, but you know, it was just like a really really cool experience. Like, you know, it was showing highlights from like you know, like Chemical Brothers and the Prodigy, and I mean, to be honest, like dance music isn't like my strong my strong suit at all, of course. But like, you know, like it was going through like dubstep and everything, and it was just really really cool, right? Really cool vibe. It's a good sort of dance music that I kind of appreciate more. It's more, you know, I'm not bothered about Example or fucking Calvin Harris or anything like that. I'm really like after that, I've really liked the sound of like the Chemical Brothers a bit more, and like the Prodigy and that sort of stuff. I like that sort of stuff, like stuff that's a bit more intricate, a bit more thought out. But like, it's really really cool. Like I recommend anyone go. Like, and there was a few people with us who were just not really bothered about the idea of this museum. Like, you know, a bunch of us are all into all like rock music and that sort of thing. And yeah, shout out Ryan, the best man, Oliver. He was the brains behind the whole stag do when he recommended this, and it was a really good recommendation. So yeah, shout out to him, and it was great. It was really really good fun, and yeah, I recommend anyone go. So yeah, did that. Had a wander around and all that, went into shops and shit, and that was it. We ended up getting our coach and back on the ferry. So I mean, I don't think I'd do it again. Do the whole thing in a day. I don't mind getting the ferry there and back at all. Really, like even if like the way back was quite choppy and that, I think I'd want to stay overnight at least to do it again. Or to be honest, I'd rather just fly. It'll probably only take an hour. But it was good though. It was good. I just wish we had a bit more time there, of course. But yeah, Amsterdam's great. It's a beautiful city. It's a really, really nice place. Every time I've only been twice, and it's always been rainy. I would like to go when it's nice and sunny, though. It would be really, really nice. But yeah, that's what I've been up to, really. That has been my weekend. It's been great. So, what else has been happening? Download have announced some bands. I'll get the lineup right now. I should really prepare for these episodes, really. I'm a fucking useless bastard. Ugh, where's a Download Festival? And I've actually listened to a bunch of the bands before, you know, before actually talking about it. So, like, because there was only 8 bands that been announced, which is, you know, not a lot. But I thought I'd give them all a listen. There's only 8 bands, because last time Download announced like 20 million bands, and like I couldn't be asked to listen to all of them. But right, anyways, here we go. So we'll start from the top, work our way down to the bottom. Creeper have been announced for Download. I'm always going to be very excited for Creeper playing Download. I think this is like their 3rd year in a row, like playing. Like they've played Download for 3 years in a row, and they've obviously played before on like other stages and stuff, but they're back on the main stage. They are 3rd from bottom. I think they should be a bit higher, really, but they're playing the main stage. It's good to see them on the main stage. On After Code Orange, no less, like 2 of my fucking favourite bands, like side by side on the main stage. Yes, please. That's just awesome. Really, really awesome. Of course, Creeper are going to bring it to the main stage. We're going to smash it. And I hope lots of people go to Download, look at Creeper on that main stage, and go, fucking hell, they were great. I should probably go see them somewhere at the headline show, or get an album or whatever, you know. I hope that gives them a bit more trajectory. Kerry King has been announced. He's also playing the main stage. He is on After Creeper on the Sunday. And yeah, I think that would be cool. Kerry King, he, of course, is the guitar player for Slayer. I don't think he should be that high on the main stage, personally. I think at best, I think at the most he should be opening it. Yeah, sure, he's in Slayer. He's a legend. He's been known since the 80s or whatever. He's got this solo band now, and there's literally one single. It's a pretty good single, to be fair. And you know, the in the middle of the main stage after Creeper, the fourth band on. And I just think, like, why should he have to be on after Code Orange and Creeper? Like, those two bands have, like, worked their asses off to, get to where they are. And, Code Orange is second on the main stage. And they've written some of the best music around. And, I just think Kerry King, that high up, I think the other bands should have a later slot. Why does that matter? The later it goes on, the more people come into the festival, the more people are going to go down to that main stage. So, the better, the higher them bands are going to be on the bill, that hopefully the bigger the crowd's going to be for them. Like, because, some people don't want to go to the main stage, like, you're flipping 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock or whatever, because they'll be hungover or whatever, or just in general, it's hard to get up early. It's a fucking big walk. But yeah, cool. I'll still see it though. Kerry King, he is, of course, a legend, and yeah, I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure it'll be good. Bayside, they are the third from last on the third stage on the Friday. I don't know a lot by Bayside. I listened to a song, the kind of emo-y pop punk sort of vibes is what I get from them. Sound alright. Soft Play, formerly known as Slaves. I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of Slaves back in the day, like when they were sort of popping off a bit in the UK, sort of like the early 2010s, early to mid 2010s. I wasn't never a fan of Slaves, but like they've changed the name to Soft Play now, and yeah, I'm not all that bothered about them. Florence Black, they have been announced. They are opening the second stage on the Saturday. More sort of planet rock vibes, Les Paul's hard rock type riffs. I think by the looks of it, they're getting quite a bit of buzz at the moment within that sort of like planet rock scene, I guess. And yeah, good on them for getting a slot there, I guess. They sounded alright when I listened to one of the songs. It sounded pretty good. Bambi Thug opening the main stage at Download on the Saturday. And from what I saw, Bambi Thug is will be taking part in Eurovision this year. They're representing Ireland. Just a solo artist. It seems very sort of gothy, very alternative, but also like quite electronically done. Like just the way I watched like the music video and such, like it kind of feel. I don't know much about Bambi Thug, but it kind of seems like very sort of like Cassiette, Vukovi type thing, but maybe a bit less rocky, a bit more on the weird side. Weird isn't good, by the way. But yeah, Bambi Thug, not really for me. And yeah, they're opening the main stage. I think it might go down well. I'm sure it will do. Low Lives, who are on the third stage. They are the fourth band on the third stage on the Saturday. Quite cool. Noughties, grungy vibes. Sound alright. I listened to one of their songs and quite catchy. Sound quite good. And last but not least, the winner of the download slot, there was actually a competition for a band to open the third stage on the Saturday and get like a record deal with Marshall Records. So give it up for Malavora. And they sound good, actually. These do actually sound pretty good. I think I might go see them. They're kind of like they kind of got like I'm trying to figure out now. Kind of got like Spirit Box vibes, but like kind of Skin Dready, kind of Palm Reader. Like they kind of sound a bit like that sort of music, like quite progressive and rocky, but got very, very catchy choruses. I will give them that. So like they sound pretty good. I think I will give them a look out. I mean, you gotta give a band like that some form of respect. Like, winning a competition like that, that's gonna mean a lot to them. So yeah, I think I'll go see them for sure. They are clashing with Celestial Sanctuary, so that is a bit of a bugger. But yeah, there we go. We got Creeper, Kerry King, Bayside, Soft Play, Florence Black, Bambi Thug, Low Lives, and Malavora, who have been announced for Download Festival. I think that lineup was looking pretty damn full. I don't know if they're going to be announcing any more bands, but yeah, awesome. We got more bands playing. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. So, there we go. That's download done. What's next on my... I've actually got a note document. So, yeah, when that announcement got announced, me and Haley were on our way to View Cinemas to go watch June Part 2. And this has been a film that was highly anticipated by me, really. I loved the first one. I thought the first one was great. And like immediately after the first one, I bought a steel book, like the steel case, 4K Blu-ray DVD thing, because like when I know something's like really bloody good, I'll get that. It's not often I get like the Blu-ray cases or anything like that, steel cases, but like I thought after that I was like, there's potential for like a film series to be like incredible. Like this could go like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, classic era. You know what I mean? And after the first time I watched June, like the first one, I was gobsmacked by how good it was, by the sound design and everything. So I've been really looking forward to watching June Part 2 for a long time. And lo and behold, it was absolutely amazing. It was brilliant. I was gripped throughout the whole thing. It paced itself absolutely just right. It's got that amazing sound design, that amazing cinematography surrounding it. It's a bit easier to follow than the first one. I thought the first one, like, as good as it is, it's one of those where it requires a couple of good watches, I think, like to just properly take it in and understand what's going on. Whereas this one's a bit more straight ahead, a bit more easier to follow, but still just really good, really interesting. A lot of action going on, really well paced, and like just really great standout characters in it as well. I mean, obviously I'm obviously not going to spoil it for anybody, but like as an experience seeing it in the cinema, I wish I saw this fucking film in IMAX, like, cause that's actually something that I'm kind of tempted to do. I'm tempted to watch it again, but in IMAX. Like, I just watched it at a View Cinema in Darlow, and like, you know, it looked great. Obviously, like the sound design and the cinematography was great. Like at some points, like the chairs are like vibrating due to the sound of this movie. Like it was just like an incredible experience. Like I don't remember feeling like that ever since. Blimey, probably since Lord of the Rings back then. Ever since I saw that, like, it was just like a stunning piece of cinema to watch all the way through. Really cool battles as well. Just really cool moments in this film that just made me like, fuck yes. And it's just, for me, it's got a potential to be like up there with like fucking Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, that sort of thing. Like, I can't wait for Part 3. I hope Part 3 like properly like ups its game to masterpiece standards, like to the point where you get like this incredible closer, and like, you know, we have a trilogy of films that are just unbelievable. So that's what I'm hoping. But it is a fantastic film. It's incredible, really well written, really well written, and just stunning. Incredible experience. Loved it. I'm pretty damn tempted to watch it again in IMAX, because it was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. 10 out of 10 for me. It's amazing. I think it's just had amazing reviews like across the board, and yeah. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. Highly recommend anybody watching it. Obviously, watch the first one if you haven't. Just, it's great. It's absolutely great. I mean, obviously, I know we're in March, but bloody hell, film of the year for me so far. It's incredible. Yeah, June Part 2. Absolutely sensational. Hell of a watch. Perfection. And, yeah, speaking of the opposite of perfection... I got a fucking video game recently, and when I saw the announcement for South Park Snow Day, right, I was bloody well excited. I'm a big fan of the South Park games. Like, for me, Stick of Truth and the Fractured But Whole, I consider them to be tens, like actual 10 out of 10 games, like actual masterpieces. I'd probably say Stick of Truth might be the best one. Fractured But Whole is still brilliant, but I just think those games are incredible. So when I saw that there was a new South Park game coming out and it's venturing into 3D, I thought, no brainer. It's going to be fucking great, isn't it? Looks awesome. And god damn, I've never returned a game so quick. Jesus. This is damn right disappointing, man. This was disappointing. Like, I'm someone who loves those South Park games. I love South Park, like the cartoon in general, the adult cartoon. Like, it's amazing. I've always been a fan of like whatever Trey Parker, Matt Stone come up with. Like, but this is disappointing. It's absolutely disappointing. For a start, the controls just do not sit right with me at all. I don't think it sit right with a lot of people. I find them very, very clunky. I find all the mechanics to be very sort of really, really lackluster. And just things about the controls just seem really, really wrong. Like, for a kick-off, like, you know, in any other game, I mean, every game you ever play, you use a right trigger to shoot something. No. When you're shooting a bow and arrow on South Park, you're using your left trigger. And you can either aim with like your analog stick or the motion controls on your controller. And that just threw me right off. Like, trying to aim with the left trigger is so weird. I could not do it for the life of me. And, like, you know, if it was on the right-hand side, I'd probably pull it off better. But, like, firing a bow and arrow on this game is bloody hard work. It's bloody hard work. So, the premise of this game, anyways, I should probably get into it before I go on about the controls and, like, the patchiness of it all and everything. Basically, it's actually more of an online thing, which is fair enough. Cool. And it's a team of 4. You don't really get involved with like Cartman, Stan, or Kyle, or anyone like that, or Kenny. I don't think Kenny's actually in this game. But the premise of it all is, you know, you've got a few objectives to do, like collect some items, bring them back, then eventually you'll face a boss at the end of each chapter. There are 5 chapters. The overall, like, the average length to complete this game is 5 hours. Pretty damn short, really. So, yeah, but obviously, collecting all these items are around, like, when you're going for these items, all these objectives, you are surrounded by the elves, which are, like, the kindergarten kids, and you have to fight them all, and there's tons of them. And, like, you know, I was on easy difficulty. I always pick easy because I'm shit. But, like, I found this to be a right task. Like, there's just so many of them. It's literally just a case of just, like, keep fucking button bashing and getting rid of as many as you can. Like, the weapons are a bit naff. That, like, there's just nothing. There's just nothing good about them. I don't know. Like you have a sword and you have a mechanic to dodge. The dodging just feels very, very off. You'll dodge, and then he seems to just like roll wherever he wants. Like, you don't have as much control over a dodge like you would do in a game like, I don't know, like Elden Ring, like when you're really relying on that sort of roll. But it just felt really, really weird. And you rely on cards as well as part of like for example, like, you know, Helldivers 2, you have the stratagems, and you can, like, summon, you know, like, eagle, you know, bombings and that sort of thing, and rail guns from, like, your ship and that sort. Like, you have something like that. on South Park. They're called bullshit cards, and every time you draw one or your enemy draws one, you hear bullshit, which I kind of found annoying. And it'll be like a meteor strike or something like that, or whatever. And you have like your smaller cards that can be used to, like, I don't know, set up like health points and all that to get your health. But when you're doing that, you're getting absolutely pummeled by these fucking elf kindergarten kids, which just seemed like really, really pointless at times. I think it's like, and like even bits at like where you had to revive like your teammates, like your teammates would just would need reviving, and all you would do is just stand next to them in their circle until they are at full health, like after 30 seconds or so. But like 9 times out of 10, like your teammate will die in an area full of all these elf enemies or whatever, kindergarten kids, and you'd have to fucking, just stand there while you're getting pummeled by them all, and like it was just really frustrating. Like, and like, there's no sort of hold X to get out medikit or anything like that. You just stand there, and that revives them. Like, you don't actually do anything, and yeah, that was it basically. I didn't even get to a boss battle. I turned it off. I got sick of it. Yeah. Also, the actual story, like the dialogue in general, like there was a couple of moments that made me smile, made me chuckle a bit. But with this South Park, but like with the old South Park games, like the dialogue was like really well thought out. The storyline was well thought out. There were some bits that were incredibly funny. There were some bits that were shockingly funny. Like, they still go against the grain, like with that sort of like, fucking hell, they managed to get away with that type thing. Like, they play it a lot safer on this. Like Cartman isn't as batshit insane as he usually is. Same with like Randy Marsh as well. Like Randy Marsh is one of my favorite characters from South Park. Like, he's just so fucking funny sometimes. Like, I don't know, like something about that. I just couldn't get away with any of it at all. I just didn't feel like a well thought out story. It was very sort of like, it was too simple. You get snowed in, and you just gotta live through it somehow. I don't, you know what? I can't really explain the story all that well, to be honest. The whole plot and everything, it just felt a bit pants. It just felt really, really pants and just very boring, to be honest. I didn't even finish the game. So yeah. I mean, the good thing I'd say about it is it's 20 quid. 20 quid, that is it. And like, I shouldn't feel too bummed out, I guess, because it's a £20 game. But I did expect more because of how good like Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole are. And like, I was thinking, yeah, 3D, it's a whole new thing, it's gonna be great. But nah, I fooled myself big time. If this game was like a £50 to £70 game, there would be fucking hell on. I imagine I reckon there'd be hell on. I think it is getting its bad reviews everywhere, but I think a lot of people are turning around saying, oh, well, at least it was only 20 quid, and I get that. And honestly, I took the CEX and I fucking took it back. Like, I was just like, I don't want to play any more of this. Like, I didn't feel like I didn't even. I had one playthrough of it, and I felt like I just didn't feel like playing it anymore. I got to the point where I was like even with some games, if some games start a bit patchy for me, like sometimes I would go back to them just in case, like, I end up appreciating it a bit more. Whereas this, I was just like straight away, nah, it's gone. See you later. I don't need this in my collection. So yeah, I took it back. A bit of a shame, really. It is. It's a real shame. As well as that, like the game needs its patches. Fucking hell. The audio levels all over the game, just absolutely all over the place. Like, it's weird. Like, the music just automatically turns itself up and down all the time. Like, especially during the fights. Like, it just sort of like, it turns up and turns down, like, automatically, and like, same with like, pretty much everything, to be honest. It does that. Like, the audio levels on everything, like the sound effects, the dialogue and everything, like sometimes like it'll just, like, if you kill like an elf, like they'll do like a one liner like, oh no, my tummy hurts or whatever, and then like it'll fucking, but the volume for that will like go incredibly loud and the music will be very, very silent, or like same situation, the music will be really loud and you will barely hear them. It's all over the place, and there was a few glitchy moments as well, like like some of the characters like just running into the wall or whatever, or like stuck in like some snow or whatever that just couldn't get out. Like, it's pretty glitchy. It's pretty problematic. It's kind of the same situation we had from the GTA Definitive Edition when that came out a couple of years ago. But it's this game's a mess, man. It's crap. I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't waste your money. I know it's only 20 quid, but even to anyone who's like a die-hard South Park fan, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't bother. So, took the game off the console, put it in its case. I took it to CEX to trade it in, and which I don't really do, to be honest. I know I go to CEX quite often, but I don't really trade in all that often. But I traded it in, and I got Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening remake for the Switch. And I was playing a bit of that last night, and I was having fun with it. I was on it for a good couple of hours. It was great. So I expect a bit more chat from me about that. So that'll do. I think that'll do for the Mastercast. I don't know how long I've been recording for. I don't think it's a long episode, but yeah. Thanks very much anyone who's listening. I'll probably chat about health and stuff like that next week. There is a new While She Sleeps album out to probably today as you're listening to this, so I'll be chatting about that. Same with Sum 41's final album. I'll chat about that, no doubt. And it's exciting, of course. If you could just download this episode on Spotify, or review it, or anything like that. Like, share, subscribe. That helps. I got everything all mixed up there. I do apologise. Same with YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. All that sort of usual bullshit. If you want to be part of the Discord and stuff like that, ask some silly questions. Part of the Instagram as well. All links are in below. And also, it's the deadline for the mixed wave competition that I've mentioned before is on the 31st. If anybody has a spare minute to just go on the link below, that is the mixed wave competition. Just go into the post, like, give it a like, whatever, give it a share. You never know. I could win some shit. Or don't, it's fine. But yeah. Anyways, take care, everyone. I hope you're having a nice weekend. I will see you later, and we'll talk about Sum 41 and While She Sleeps. Much love, everyone. Take care. Bye.